Whoa, what's going on, baby boys, baby girls? Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's not a so-so production. We're doing it. What is this? Where are we? Who knows? For those of you who know, you know what it is. You know where we're at. And for those of you who don't know, try and figure it out. I dare you to try and figure it out. Welcome back. Glad you made it. Once again, it's another so-so production. We're doing it on Saturday, September the 9th. Let's get the date right this time, shall we? Hope everybody's doing well wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's anywhere here in the greater Toronto area, whether it's over there in West Coast, Vancouver, down south in the United States, Mexico. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muchas gracias, amigos. Mi amore? I think that's Italian. Nonetheless, down south in South America, what's up, Colombia? Quit sniffing that cocaine. All right, continue to sniff that cocaine. Oh man, over there all the way in Europe, hello, Africa, giant, bigger than it's displayed on the map, so they say, way bigger than what it's like. It's not up to whatever, it's big. Africa's huge. Hello, Middle East, must be dry there with all the heat and the sand and the camels and the whatever, dude. Where else? Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea. So much is all around the world. North Pole, South Pole. I hope you're doing well. Check this out. This is fucking, I have a deep love for this part of the city in Toronto. There's something to it. It's industrial. You got industry and shit. And then there's the water too. So, you know, it's, and I don't know if you guys can see it or not. There's a couple of boats back there. And I spent millions of dollars on this set. Millions of dollars. Nobody spends more on sets than this guy. And you can take that to the bank. A wise man once told me, what did the wise man once say? He once said, wait for it, I gotta remember what the wise man said. Sometimes comes and goes. There it is. Lick her shitter if she made that dinner, even though it tasted bitter. Shoot your load of baby batter in her pussy, deep in her bladder. Suck her toes, rub her belly. Thank you, Lord, her feet aren't smelly. Write a comment. Let me know if you know the name of the wise man that said that. Might have been a woman who said it. Who knows? Somebody said it. You said it. You said it out there. Boys and girls, ladies and gents. Happy to be here once again with you. Rolling, baby. Loose as a goose. As per usual, your boy's been having wonderful interactions with wonderful, beautiful people all across the city. Men's, women's, fellow people who are in the arts, if you will, doing their thing. Oh man, and I almost I love to fall in love maybe twice a month. Not for realsies. In my mind and in my heart, I'll meet a lady and there's a vibe and nothing's gonna go down because of circumstances, let's just say, for the time being. But nonetheless, your boy loves to fall in love. It is so nice to just have a fantasy in your head for a few minutes here and there. My goodness, first lady who stole my heart this week. I'm not even gonna use a pseudonym because there could be many of people who are out. Momo, I'm saying it, Momo. Fuck, dude, stole my heart for like a good 15 minutes. This lady was banging. Dirty blonde hair, curly. going to the gym, coming from the gym, who knows, working up a sweat nonetheless. And your boy was just like, oh man, I can smell the shampoo and Scentsy in your hair. That's it, baby. Stole my heart. And then just very recently met another lady, a singer, red hair, and she sang like an angel. God, she sang like an angel. She sang for me, not for me, but I was there. I'm not gonna get into the deets, but she sang, and she's a singer here in Toronto. Oh my goodness. Again, stole my heart for a good 15 minutes. And then we parted ways, because that's the way it goes. So your boy fantasizes about potential relationships, and I'm just like, man, wouldn't it be nice to have a lady with the red hair who sings? Lord, if you're listening, and you're omnipresent, so obviously you're listening, but like not like a human would eavesdrop, or like not like a hearing pervert that'll listen in on your conversations, but like, you know, the way the Lord does it, just fucking objectively. If you're listening out there, maybe a lady with red hair in the future would not be too shabs. You know what I mean? That fire crotch, hell yeah, big fan, ginormous fan of the fire crotch. And I've heard this from like redheads growing up, and then you grow up, and then you stop growing. But apparently the redheads get bullied, or got bullied which I find odd, strange, because from a young age I was highly attracted to redheaded ladies. Fellas, whatevs, like, you know what I mean? But a beautiful redheaded lady, I cannot imagine you getting bullied, but there must be, I guess when it's a rare hair color, and so but I just want to, for one, if you're a redhead, giant fan, huge fan, the redder the better, that's what I say. Kissed by fire, they say. Some also say they're the devil's spawn, which is, I think that's like that's probably the more derogatory. They're not the devil's spawn. Although, I personally wouldn't even know, dude. I'm just, come to think of it, if anybody, it does make sense that they, but why? Just because like the devil has like fucking, a red tracksuit? Just because the devil wears a red tracksuit, you're gonna go and say all redheads are? I'm a fan. That's neither here or there. I'm just sharing a little bit of where my heart's at right now, falling in love, crushing on somebody out there. You know, are you crushing on people's out there? Quit crushing on people's out, but also continue to crush on people's out, because you never know. From a single glance, from a single session of being serenaded by a lovely lady with the voice of an angel. God, hitting all the notes. Let's stay focused. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well, whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're working, whether you're whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're lounging. It's the weekend, and I know school season has started. So congratulations to all the parents. Finally, get these fucking rugrats out of the house and into the schools. Get you some playtime. What's going on, man? Things that I wanted to talk to you guys and gals about. Burning Man was on, it was in the news recently. Some of y'all might have heard, some of you guys and gals might have attended. Burning Man is an event that doesn't require, Burning Man, the ethos of Burning Man is no money. Your money's no bueno here. your money's no good here. And I likes that. We here at Burning Man, we don't believe in money. Okay. $500-600 per person for the tickets to get admission, okay? $600 for the tickets, but we don't believe in money. Potentially $150 maybe for a spot that you're like your designated spot, maybe a parking spot, but I've heard you're not supposed to bring like vehicles. I don't know. $600-700 just to get inside, but we don't believe in monies, okay? Just want to make that clear. Your money's no good here, sir. $600-700 for the admission. You know, you're like, where do I stay? You're gonna need an RV. You're gonna need an RV probably, or a tent or something. An RV would be nice. So aside the money for the RV, you might be full-time living in the RV, so you're like, I've already spent that money. Or you might be like, I don't have a RV to live in, but I'll buy one for the Burning Man event. But aside those costs, we don't believe in money. Okay, the costumes that you wear to Burning Man, you gotta spend a little bit of moolah, a little bit of cheddar. But asides that, we do not believe in money here at Burning Man. I just want to clarify if anybody was wondering, do I gotta spend money for... Listen, it's a long distance, it's in the middle of the desert, so forget the, you know, asides the cost of admission, asides your cost of the RV, asides the cost of the costumes that you might want to bring along, you got to get there, and it's going to cost you a little bit of money. But like, well, once you get there and it's in the middle of the desert, that'll cost you a pretty penny, I'm not gonna lie. But like, after you get there, we don't believe in money, son. You know what I mean? And you're like, well, how do I pay for stuff? Practically pays for itself. Practically pays for itself, I'll say that. And you're like, man, I just want to go touch nature, get touched by nature, touch a couple of people, do a little bit of my drugs of choice, dance, just a little bit of just dancing, just a gathering of free spirits who don't believe in money. And you're like, man, what if I get hungry? What if I get hungry at Burning Man? Because it's been 3 days. I've been doing all the MDMAs, doing all the shroomsies, smoking all the ganjas, which again doesn't cost a thing. But you might get hungry in the middle, and you're like, man, I'm feeling a little bit dehydrated, running a little bit low on water. How do I stay hydrated in this bitch? Or is there a place that I can buy water? No, because your money's no good here, sir. Put your money away, madam. Your money is no good here. There is a tent right over there. There's a tent with water. And if you're thirsty, we just exchange in spirits. All right, get in the tent. We do a little bit of anal, and you get your water. You can have the water before the anal or after the anal, but essentially everything's free here. It's great. You don't gotta pay, man. I don't want to see any cash, credit, checks, coins, gold bars. Get out of here. Anal. Free exchange of anal between free spirits. Hungry? All you gotta do is take a walk, take a hike. There's a tent over there. You're like, oh man, I hope I can just buy some food. You can't, because food's not for sale here, sir. But guess how you can pay? Anal. Anal. That's right. You could pay with just, because that's what it is. You scratch my back, I do anal. You get some food. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. And it's all about nature, guys. It's about just getting rid of, just because we're so disconnected at times. We're like, you know, caught in the hustle and bustle with all the gadgets. Our phones are right in front of us all the time. We're at the home, we're at the office, on the PC, earbuds in your ear, in your vag. Earbuds are vibrating in your asshole right now, but you've turned that bad boy off, so it's just sitting there and you don't even know how it's vibrating, but it's a good sensation. It's one of those vibrating earbuds that it's all the rave. But here we get away from, we want to be in touch with nature. Nothing like a fresh breath of the old desert air. And nothing can go wrong in the desert. No one has ever had any mishaps in the middle of the desert, and that's something you can take to the bank. It does get a little bit heated, I'm not gonna lie to you. And man, look at this. What is this? Oh man, we're getting a little bit of rain. I feel the drizzle all over my body, everybody. Oh, we're dancing. Oh, we're dancing. Little bit of rain never hurt no one. Little bit of rain never hurt no one. Little bit of rain, little bit of rain. Ooh, I love the rain. Oh man, okay, you know what? It's gonna be raining for an hour. So this happens most of the time when you come out. This is my 10th Burning Man. Typically there is no rain, but it looks like today we're getting, you know, an hour of rain. Whatever, we'll just, you know, we'll dance in the rain. A couple of hours will go by. We'll be back to regularly scheduled programming in no time. Okay, it's been like 3 hours. It's been raining for like 3 hours now, but this is the desert needs more water. The desert needs more rain. Let's just dance through this bad boy. Everybody take some more E. Chew on some shrooms, dude. We're just gonna dance and feel the rain. Feel the rain on your body. Just let the rain wash the pain, baby. Let the rain wash the pain. All right, 3 hours. This is gonna stop really, and after we're gonna get to, again, regularly scheduled programming. It's been 7 hours. It hasn't stopped raining. It's raining a lot. Oh my god, it's up to my knees, and up to my knees. It's crazy. I'm getting the old trench foot. Now I know exactly what my great-grandparents went through in World War I and II, the old trench foot. Some say that was pretty harsh, but I'm telling you right now, man, this is borderline harsh in my mellow right here. This trench foot, this is worse than World War I trench foot, I believe. I think I've had it worse than my great-grandparents in World War I in the trenches. This is the real trench foot. 24 hours has gone by. It's still raining. Frankly, I'd like to say this. I've taken a minute just to step aside from everybody else here in Burning Man, and I don't want them to know what I'm genuinely thinking, because I don't want to be ousted for next year's event. But frankly, I miss the comfort of my home. Feeling like a little bit of pneumonia is coming in. There's people being, you know, a lot of people just run around trying to find refuge, and I said I love nature, but at one point you do get the old trench foot and ask yourself, how much nature is too much nature? But all of this is, of course, everything here is optional. The experience is what you make of it, and everything, again, we don't rely on money, we don't rely on traditional means of providing goods and services for monetary returns. Everything's optional here, and this is, I think I see Chris Rock making a run for it in the background. I think, yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Evergrande Group is a gigantic Chinese developer. They focus on, we're skirting right now. If you're like, is this Burning Man related? No, it's not. We just skirted right now. Like, let's move on. So I got home, I'm safe and sound, and that was enough nature for your boy. Which did not cost a thing. Evergrande is a Chinese developer of, you know, what do they develop? Infrastructure, buildings, condos, and other buildings too, houses, industrial complexes, who knows, everything. They're one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Chinese developer out there. And recently, I don't know if you guys and gals have heard, they almost went bust. Their stocks plummeted like 70-80%. It's crazy. And you're like, what does that have to do with me? Nothing. Except for the fact that we live on one large global economy, dudes, ladies and gents. And everywhere a lot of countries are, you know, given what we've just experienced in the past 2-3 years, a lot of countries are fiscally on the brink of stuff. And once one of your largest developers has their stock plummet 70 or 80%, I don't need you to panic. All I need you to focus on is that the owner of the company is having a good time, dude. Made billions of dollars, and this guy's kind of a personal hero of mine, because the way I heard this guy parties, it's pretty fucking cool, ladies and gents. What does he like to do? He likes to throw parties where he hires employees that they're already hired there, and they're ladies, and he throws monies. He throws monies and watches the ladies fucking go for the monies, dude, which is, that's the kind of boss I want, you know what I mean? Just a little bit of the old, get that cheddar, dance baby, dance. He's a wild boy apparently. I've also heard that he likes to hold basketball games with his employees, but the employees are then told not to, like, fucking, don't try too hard. If he's dunking on your ass, you fucking, you crouch down, baby. Oh my god, the boss is so good at b-ball. He's traveling, he's dribbling, he's fucking, you know, all of it, elbows, knees, everything. But he likes to go hard, dude. And nobody in that company is allowed to play good. Like, if you are an actual good player and you work for that Evergrande company, but if we're playing pickup basketball and the boss is on the other team and you want to keep that job, got to be able to take a couple of elbows to the old ribs, to the old cack, and not run to HR and be like, oh my god, the boss elbowed me in the cock. Be a team player, all right? You also have to, as an employee, purchase company products so that the company can show artificial growth. And if you don't, well, guess what? Probably not gonna get that raise. Your raise is gonna be deducted. All that to say is that I'm just, it's interesting because, you know, on the periphery, I like to have my eye out on different things, and this is just like, again, us coming out of the old pandy schmandy 2-3 years of the world kind of being shut down. A lot of companies, a lot of, you know, in every sector, they took hits and whatnot, and it is, man, it's just peculiar times. And I was just like, man, if this company goes bust, will it have ripple effects all across the globe that'll be felt on the other side of the globe? Because it's a sphere, and ripples fucking carry over or something. But don't worry, we'll be fine, I'm sure. And that's not even, and that's on top of the stuff that we all got working with, like, domestically too, like, you know what I mean? Because, like, I don't know nothing about nothing, dudes. All I know is that I don't know nothing. That's what I was trying to get to. It's just interesting, and this guy's yeah, I really like this guy. The way he works is admirable. The way he, you know, rose to the top and, like, you know, work with the CCP in order to achieve great wealth whilst keeping employees hungry. Hungry employees make for desperate employees. Desperate employees make for your ability to pay less wages. And also, you know, it's just nice. to know somebody out there is borrowing large sums of money and going out there and promising to take those large sums of money, develop land, and then return it and not do it and pocket the majority of it. It's pretty nice. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let us skirt one more time. It is Saturday. Now, all of you must have heard that recently there was news of Kim Jong-un traveling this month to Russia to meet with Vladimir Putin. And everybody out there is like, man, this is a clear trip to go there and talk for one, and also exchange goods and services. Like, let's say Kim might be like, yo, I need some food for me, because like I'm not like, I'll take a lot of food for me, not for the skinny malnourished people in North, but like he's gonna go and ask for food. And also tech, he's probably gonna ask for help with tech, and in exchange he might offer his own military aid of sorts to Putin. Missiles? Who knows? Bullets? I don't know. What I do know is that that is all a fabricated, or at least partially fabricated, lie or something. It's a cover-up, dude. It's a cover-up. We know, you and I know, that Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin are meeting to do gay sex. Gay sex. That's what this meeting is all about. World leaders, rats. No, wait, rats. No, global rats. No, global world leaders. Not all global leaders are rats. Most global leaders are, what are we even talking about? They're gonna go there and do the gayest sex. And they want us to be thinking about them not doing the gay sex, and they want us to concentrate on, oh, it's just a meeting of exchanging weapons and fucking probably like, you know, food and stuff. It's about gay sex. They're gonna get there. Kim's gonna ride in his train, wearing a train conductor's hat. You know who wears train conductor's hats? If you're not a train conductor and you're wearing a train conductor hat, and you're not in the arts, if you're not performing, you're a gay man. Pants, loose pants. You know who likes loose pants? Different generations, because like it'll come in fashion for like about, you know, 5 to 7 years. It'll slim down, and then it'll get revived again. But if you're rocking loose pants all the time with a train conductor's hat, I'm gay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, don't make it this whole thing that this is about exchanging weapons and like, oh, I need some food for my large body. Gay sex, dude. Putin is gonna be waiting in Russia on horseback, wearing nothing, nude on horse. That's what I've heard. That's what you guys said. Riding horseback in the nude, dude. Nuts to saddle. Yeehaw, baby. Yeehaw. They're gonna go fishing, but not for fish. Go fish. They're gonna be fisting. They're gonna be fisting hard. They're gonna be fisting hard. Who's gonna be top? Who's gonna be bottom? I think, and again, this is, I don't like to, you know, this is all speculation, but if I were to guess, if I were to make an educated guess based on the overall body form and configuration, I would say that Kim is probably bottom, just because it's hard to be like heavier and like be on top. But Putin, once he gets off that saddle in the nude, he's gonna be tops, baby. Will they switch it around because they're both strong men? Maybe we'll see a pay-per-view OnlyFans edition of this here have some of this rocket right here. Take that rocket, right? Where can I put this rocket? Ooh. Feel my missile. Let it launch, baby, let it launch. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify in case anybody was confused. And they're like, are they meeting for like strengthening their alliance? Yeah. Through gay sex. Clear as daylight. I don't want anybody to be like fucking confused out there. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a little bit of, I'm feeling a little bit, got a little bit something on my chest that I'd like to get off my chest. Men, typically men, I haven't seen any women do this, so men who ride around the city in three-wheeled vehicles. Let's just cut it out. I'm putting my foot down. Enough is enough. Make up your goddamn mind. Do you want to drive a motorcycle? Do you want to ride a motorcycle or a bike? Or you want to drive a car? Okay? We got 4 wheels and we got 2 wheels. I'm even okay with, I've seen men's on unicycles with their abs out and everything, and they're working, doggy. They're working to get them miles in. But if you're out there, just 2 wheels in the front, 1 in the back, I say this, and I think we're all thinking it. Enough is enough. Do you think you're better than us? Us who travel with vehicles with 4 wheels? Or the fellas or ladies who get on bikes and I've been satisfied with 2 wheels. We, again, except with the exception of the unicycle, we are all content with an even number of wheels. But here's Johnny with his fucking beard, and it's a 2-passenger vehicle, and it comes with 3 wheels. Here's Johnny riding solo with 3 wheels. It's disgusting. It needs to be stopped. And it's just like, we get it, bro. You have options for transport. We get it. Most people have to opt for either a vehicle that is, 4 wheels, a car, a sedan, a family sedan, a respectable, economical family sedan, or a truck of sorts, or the fellows or ladies who ride the bikes. Here's Johnny with the beer riding in a car. I don't even know what to call it. Is it even a car? Is it even a bike? What the fuck is this thing? Enough of that shit. Cut it out. And I just had to get that off my chest, and I feel like the internet feels the same way. I feel like globally we all feel the same way. And if you don't, give it a thought. Give it a, just think about that. Let me write a comment. Take out your anger, anything that angers you. I think that is a good way of just channeling that anger and just putting it towards a small community that is neither here or there. And like, make up your mind already. How many wheels? 2, 4? Oh, I'm Johnny odd number of wheels riding in my 3-wheel vehicle. Get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is Saturday once again. I'd just like to remind everybody, in case anybody forgot. It's so easy to forget. Which day is it? I saw at one point during the week a fella who took his tiny little chihuahua and dressed him up in a little ballet outfit, and it was cute and all that shit, because like I noticed the ladies were walking by and they were like, cute dog with cute outfit, but at the same rate I was like, cute, yes, maybe, but we've seen small pets with adorable, cute costumes or clothing items. If you wanna be a player, if you wanna put it down, Go and dress up a silverback gorilla in a little tutu. Go and dress a lion in a little cute outfit. That's where it's at. Because little dogs, little pets, doable, but challenge yourself. You know, you're getting noticed, which is great. That's a great conversation starter. And you're like, yeah, this way I feel safe, but think about the joy you'll bring to people if you can get a silverback gorilla in a tutu on a leash in the middle of downtown. Raise the bar. I'm just saying, it's 2023 and I've seen little dogs in little outfits. Silverback gorillas, different story. Side note in regards to silverback gorillas, I know there are a lot of different products out there that are, you know, for the fiscally elite, which by the way brings me back to a little bit of the old Evergrande story. I forgot to mention the owner of Evergrande is apparently, he's got a taste for shark fin soup and bird's nest soup. We all know what shark fin soup is, but in case anybody forgot what bird's nest soup is, bird's nest soup is essentially made up of twigs and bird salivas. So, and people eat it. And it's a delicacy and it costs a lot of money apparently. And I'm like, man, people like stuff that is quote unquote delicate, that is a delicacy, perhaps an aphrodisiac, perhaps it'll make your dick hard, or perhaps it'll just give you a bad stomach ache. But if we charge $2,000 per bowl of soup, I think it's well worth it. So taking that knowledge, I went out there and milked a couple of silverback gorillas, got their jizz. Silverback gorilla jizz soup for the fiscally elite. This thing, if you're a wealthy Chinese businessman or woman, or if you're a Saudi prince or king, or if you're the king of Morocco, do they have a king? Maybe, it sounds like they do. Or you're just fucking busy running around on Wall Street, making bank, doing insider trading and shit. Maybe you're the Nancy Pelosi types of this world. Allow me to introduce to you a bowl of soup that has never been tried anywhere else. Silverback gorilla jizz soup. To die for. Because it probably comes with a lot of bacterium that is not FDA approved, but nonetheless, if you can withstand the 36 to 72 hours worth of vomiting, it's worth every penny. And selling it for a bargain, $1,000 per bowl of silverback gorilla jizz soup. That is, I feel like I'm being robbed. I feel like you're stealing, but at the same rate. I'm here to provide a service. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, why is it called jerking off when it's almost never, you've never jerked off, really? Nobody's ever jerked off. You almost always jerk on. You never jerk off. But they say, oh, you just jerked off. You just jerked off, sir. Madam, you just jerked off. You jerk, and then it lands on your where? Your hand, your wrist, your thighs, your eyes. Oh my God, I'm going blind. Her mouth, her long lashes. Are they real? Are they fake? Who knows? The carpet, the bed sheets, the ceiling of that nice motel that is reasonably priced. I dare you out there, try and jerk off. Try and jerk off. I dare you. If you can come up with a way of jerking off, I will give you a free bowl of silverback gorilla jizz soup. Let me know how you jerk off, if you can. It's impossible, but here we are playing. This is they say control language and control reality, essentially. So all these years, man, we've been saying, you know, phrases like, oh, I'm gonna go jerk off after work. I'm gonna do a set at the gym and go jerk off. Yeah, that is something to think about, ladies and gentlemen. What else is going on in and around the world? You might be like me. You might have grown up thinking, man, there's plenty to go around. And then you grow up and you're like, man, there's really plenty to go around. And we all more or less like the same things. And maybe you had a idea or a dream to deal heroin or cocaine, and you're like, I'd like to do this, but it's just so hard to get into the market because the market there's a monopoly. It's been monopolized by the likes of the CIA, by the likes of the Vatican, and by the likes of the mafia. Of course, not all of the CIA is selling cocaine and heroin. Of course, the Vatican is not only focused on laundering money for large drug traffickers in the world. Of course not. And of course, the mafia is not involved in drugs. At least not like their whole, like, you know, they do different things. Where you're like, man, how do I do it independently? And my heart goes out. Honestly, my heart goes out because it's hard to, like, you know, it's hard to know somebody in the Vatican. It's hard to know somebody in the Holy See. And you're like, man, I just want somebody to take care of the finances, the books, if you will. I just want the monies to come in. I want the purest form of cocaine to be, if I had the resources of some factions of the likes of the CIA or the mafia, if I could just get my hands on some pure Colombian good. And it just breaks my heart. Because I'm like, man, it's hard for independent businesses to go out there and like provide services. So I thought to myself, maybe we'd all become part of the Vatican and the Holy See and the likes of the Holy See and the likes of the CIA and the likes of the mafia, and that way there is plenty to go around and it's okay. Let's just practice for, you know, let's just practice. Here's me. Hey fella, I got, I don't know, 100 tons of heroin. No, let's do 50 tons of heroin, 50 tons of cocaine, and I need a shipping container. Just a shipping container and a few willing participants who are willing to look the other way for a nice little piece of the old pie. That was good practice. I think anything like that will, you know, so try that out. Here I am near a body of water. There's ships. Of course, I don't see any large amounts of drugs being exchanged for monies or anything, but that's exactly it. They don't want you to see it because if they, it's like, you know, it's like, man, I don't want to see the, you don't want David Blaine to reveal how he does the magic. You just want to see them, you just want to sniff the cocaine. You don't want to see the magic that goes into it. The young men and women who are paid probably pennies to go and pour bleach on cacao leaves and cocoa leaves? Cocoa, not chocolate, but the other one. And also chew cacao leaves so that they can endure producing the pouring of the bleach. And That's all I know that goes in. I don't even know what else. Probably a little bit of fentanyl too. That probably goes into a lot of that stuff right now. All I'm saying is there's plenty for everybody to, you know, just take a little bit, just take that money, just share it amongst everybody. And, you know, it's just like, yeah, ideally I love everybody, like, you know, whether or not, this is not to, like, I'm not, like, I'm sure the Vatican, I'm sure the Catholic Church has, you know, besides the obvious childhood molestation cases that we're all aware of and all that, I'm sure they've done a ton of good as well. But all I'm saying is that these churches all around the world have so much money and resources. Like, who has all this money and resources? Where does it all go? And can we all get some? Or can we all somehow incorporate individually as churches or as religions so that we don't pay taxes? Because how does that work? Shout out to Scientology. And Danny Masterson was recently, I believe, convicted of rape, which my heart goes out to. Obviously, like, I don't know anything about it. It's just like, again, I've spoken about this briefly in previous episodes. If you're a long time viewer and listener, it's just hard to see somebody you grew up with watching on the old telly, and I don't know the deets of it. But one thing that I did hear and read was that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, they came out to support their friend. Again, I've only read this. I don't know if they actually like went out, but like they've said stuff. But yeah, I don't know the deets, but I hope it didn't happen. But he's apparently been convicted now, and yeah, I don't know. Obviously, if it's truesies, I would like justice for the victims if that's the case. But man, it's just like it just seemed, yeah, I don't know. But if he's, I'm not a judge, I'm not a real lawyer. I'm not. At least not here. At least not where it requires credentials and like walls where you can like frame your credentials. The point is that yeah, I don't even know what the point is, ladies and gentlemen. One of the points that I wanted to make is that we still got Ghislaine Maxwell sitting behind bars, and this lady, my heart goes out for this lady, because I think at this point, free Ghislaine Maxwell, because she procured, apparently, allegedly, right, because she's in jail, procured underage prostitutes, which is probably the problem, right? Because regular prostitutes, hell yes, I supports it, you supports it, my body, my choice, freedoms and all that stuff. But yeah, Ghislaine is sitting behind bars, sitting in the old can for procuring services, illegal services for really, you know, financially elite individuals, whether in politics or entertainment or who knows. But it seems odd that this lady's sitting in jail for crime of procuring underage prostitutes, whilst we still have no, we're the people who purchased these underage prostitutes. Why would she go to jail if they're, you know what I mean? It's just, I guess the thing that has always been interesting to me is like, man, again, I don't know what happened in Danny Masterson's case and the victims, but it's just peculiar as to see which cases get media attention, which cases get resolved really quick, which cases, you know, and which seem to just sit there for days, years, and pretend that, you know, you gotta just be like, oh, there's just so much happening in the news cycle. Like, for example, right now, we've taken another fine step towards growing human kidneys, life-size, human-sized human kidneys in pigs. We're on the verge of having human pigs, dudes, ladies and gents. We're gonna have pig daddies. That's the future. Human kidneys, and that's just the start. Now they're not functioning because once the kidneys are grown in the pigs, apparently they start to accumulate a little bit of the old pig cells, so we can't transplant them into humans without having probably... Wagwan. Perhaps you're wondering what the fuck just happened, because for 50 minutes we were outdoors doing outdoor activities, just you and me chatting about everything and nothing, and then all of a sudden we're in a corner. We're in a little... Are we in an attic? Perhaps. Is this where your boy is staying at for the meantime? Yes. Are we moving soon? Fingers crossed, your boy's on it. But nonetheless, boys and girls, ladies and gents, I do apologize about that video. It's ending abruptly, and I couldn't leave it be. See, the thing is, when you're out there in the elements, sometimes the elements overpower the technical gears that are at work, and the old GoPro ran out of juice. I do apologize about that. I had to get back home in order to give it the old juice. So yes, what were we talking about? I didn't want to leave the video not having the opportunity to, one, say my goodbyes properly, and second, talk about whatever it was that we were talking about, even though it took me a while to get back home too. So it took me like more than an hour to get. It doesn't matter. The point is, we were talking about pigs. Human organs grown in pigs. That's right. That's what we were talking about. Human pig daddies. That's where we were. Haha. Today's still September the 9th, is it? Let's just double check. Yes, still the September the 9th, and we're rocking and rolling. And pigs are being used so that humans can grow kidneys in them. And this is it's interesting. Again, the kidneys cannot be transplanted into human bodies as of yet, as far as I'm concerned. Because, again, once they get planted into the pig cells seep into the kidney. So then you have like half pig, half human kidney. So the question is, or one of the questions is, how much pig is enough pig, or how much pig is too much pig, rather? And are you okay with having would you fuck a person who's got a little bit of pig in them? And don't we all have a little piggy inside, all of us? It's different degrees of varying sorts. But the point is, ladies and gents, that this is interesting stuff. It's how do the pigs feel about it? I'd say it's hard to take a poll right now because they're not talking. But if you're gonna grow human organs and basically use because like up until now, historically speaking, pigs, animals, they've been used for food, and that's cool. At least we're cool with that. But using them for parts, that's a whole different other story of ethics and schmethics. But the thing is, I believe if we're gonna use a pig for parts, let's say, I say that pig should probably not get eaten. Or harvest human parts in the pigs for a little while. Have separate groups of pigs is all I'm saying. Have separate groups of pigs. Edible pigs. Pigs for parts. And I wonder how they feel. I wonder if they know amongst themselves as they're like oinking and talking, and they must talk amongst themselves somehow. And they hear about this, and I wonder if they get to be like, man, my time's coming up. I gotta pick. I gotta opt in slaughterhouse, or used to essentially farm human. Do I use my body to farm human body parts inside me? That's a tough decision, So pros and cons to each, obviously. Being eaten is pretty. I would assume like they're used to it by now, so they're like, oh man, my time's up, and I gotta. It probably brings them joy to feed us, of course, it must. That's what they're there for, and they're so delicious. God, they're so tasty. But for body parts, if you're gonna have human kidneys grown inside you for body parts that humans get to use later on, I say, after and how many do we grow in one? Let's say 7 for the time being. After 7 kidneys have been harvested inside one, I think that pig should be like, okay, you know what, let's put you in a retirement home or a retirement farm where you can fuck other pigs and have 30-minute long orgasms. You've earned it. You've earned it. Because right now, if you're just like a wild pig roaming around having 30-minute long orgasms, you've not really earned that orgasm, have you? I didn't think so. And you didn't think so either. I'm glad we're on the same page here. But that's exciting, man. That is exciting. What about other body parts? How do you guys feel about, potentially brains being developed in pig bodies? Let's say in the future, I guess, like right now, again, because the pig DNA is seeping into the pig cells are seeping into the organs, we can't use it right now. That being said, at one point it's going to get better with tech, and there's going to be less pig cells or pig DNA seeping into the organs that are being grown. And at one point you could have a pig with a human brain inside their, on the side, just a human functioning brain growing on, which is exciting because like at one point, because we keep on evolving and tech keeps evolving and like everything keeps evolving, before we get to like reach maybe an immortality of sorts, just in like human form, maybe once we figured out how to grow the organs inside pigs or any other animal for that matter, once our bodies give up, maybe we can like take the human brains of our loved ones and place them in the pigs, so that remove the pig brain, put a human brain in it, and then that way you could have your dad or your mom or your aunt or your uncle or your son or daughter who may have, whatever, through circumstances either natural or, I guess everything's kind of because everything is everything is natural at the end of the day. I think, I don't even know, because everything comes from nature. Then yes, but I don't know. Would you like your dad to be, your dad? Take his brain, he's 97, the brain is still sharp. Why? Because he's been solving Sudoku puzzles. Because he's been fucking playing chess. He's been playing card games. And all everything else. But guess what? All his other body parts are like soon failing him. And you're like, why don't we just grow the other parts inside the pigs and give him the new body part? Well, forget that. Isn't it more fun at 97, take your dad's brain, put it in a pig, and just have dad walking around as a pig? Pig daddies, pig mommies, pig sons and daughters. The world is our oyster. Nobody else's. It's ours for the taking. And we're going to take. And yeah, in terms of ethics, I don't know much about it. My concern is right now, I'm sure in an underground lab doing, science and research, probably funded by dark money or black money, black science or dark science, secretive science, science that's like, science that gets conducted now, but we hear about it like 10, 15 years later, because if we heard about it now, we'd be like, oh my God, wow, that's crazy. I would like to see, if you guys are out there working in an underground lab somewhere and we've got half pig, I want to see the hybrid right now. Can we see that on display? Let's see that beautiful, hybrid, half man, half pig, oink, oink. I'd like to see that. So if there's a half man, half pig out there, please release the images, release the videos. And I, for one, am, I don't know. I'll go with whatever whatever we collectively, because it takes all of us. I don't know. Whatever we collectively decide is the right move, then that's the right move. And that's what we'll do to kids. I don't want to, those are hard decisions. Those are a bunch of hard decisions to be making, dudes. And so I don't want to be in charge of that ever. And thank God I'm nowhere near being in charge of that shit. So we get to talk about it here and have fun. So that's that. I did want to wrap the video up properly because it just felt like, man, I was going to write a little message, sorry about the old malfunction of the technical difficulties, and be like, but then I'm like, nah, why don't you just get up and go back home in the attic that you're occupying right now and fucking, just end it properly with good vibes and all that jazz. And also, I believe UFC is on this Saturday. Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland, which I'm looking forward to watching that match. I hope that I get to watch it live. If all goes well, probably will. But if not, looking for the highlights for sure. And boys and girls, where can you find these videos? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad you asked. You can find it on Instagram. Follow me there if you like. On YouTube's searching Rob Sadger or Glad You Made It, you'll find the channel there. Plenty of videos to go around. It's uploaded right now on a weekly basis, every weekend. If you go back to the archives, you'll notice there are more videos. And if you've joined us, it's your first time, you're like, why were there more videos? We're going through a transitory phase, and I got to keep everybody up to date. Transitory period right now. Videos are getting dropped once a week, but there are plenty of videos from the past that you can watch. They're all fresh, they're all brand new. Start from the beginning, watch the progress, watch the growth, and pass it around like hotcakes and other items that you might pass around, like a joint, or like a ganja infused brownie, or a used condom, a communal condom, which at the time it would get passed around. And yeah, we can just enjoy the benefits of living right now in the present, which is the future, or the future. Because, man, I was just reading a little, side note, but also not sorry. Reading a little book. I was just going through a chapter which was really interesting. It was talking about how, like, back in the day in, like, France and Paris, bodies and corpses would just, like, fucking, people would die, right? And then they dump them on anywhere, really. And then so you'd have people that are dead on the ground, and it would get mixed up with the mud, and then it would rain, and then that rain would make the bodies and all the bacteria seep into the soil, and then people use the same water that got the body juices oozing into the. It's a little bit gross, but I just see. Here's the thing: the bodies, right? They seep into the soil, and the rain took that and like pressed it even further down, and then it seeped into the river. And then people use that water from the river, is what I was trying to say, to bake bread. So essentially, they were eating bread, which was partially made up of dead humans, if you will, and they caught a bunch of stuff. So, despite the fact that we're living in times that are like, we got to question things and be like, are we okay with this and that and the overall? Like, really, really good times. Your bread is not made up of dead human cells or bacteria or whatever. That's what I was trying to get to. And I'm crouching down, and this is not the most comfortable position. You're like, why didn't you? What? You want me to? It's a tiny little space. It's a little tiny space. That's why I shoot it outside in the car and outside right now. But we're moving, hopefully. Fingers crossed. In a couple of months. One step at a time. Once again, where can you find these videos? On Instagram. Follow me there. On YouTube. Subscribe. Pass it around. Patreon.com/RobSadji if you'd like to fiscally support the show. And I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend out there. Kick butt. Again, looking forward to UFCs and the fights and the pow, 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 let's go. Exciting times. Sending you all the love. Thank you again for being a part of my life and letting me be a part of yours. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you guys not here, but on the webs and somewhere outside next week. Peace out, babies. Get out of here. Gotta go upload now. Peace out.